Hello everyone. Today, this video is going to introduce about Alain aspect's first experiment. So Alain aspect's first experiment was conducted for the purpose to prove the violation of Bell's inequality in 1982. And this is a short preview of the experiment. Before learning about Alain aspect experiment, we're going to have a short preview of EPR and Bell's inequality. So EPR is an argument made by the three scientists Einstein, Podolsky, Rosen. And Bell's inequality is an inequality made by a scientist called Bell. So the EPR had a thought experiment to argue that the quantum mechanic is incomplete. They have argued that the quantum mechanic is incomplete. We're going to look about the thought experiment that made this argument. A thought experiment of EPR has a source. This source emits a pair of spin particles in a single state. After the particles have been separated, one performs correlated measurement of their spin components along arbitrary directions of A and B. And if the measurement along A yields a result +1, the polarization is found to be parallel to A. So the polarization is parallel. If it was found to be -1, the polarization is found to be perpendicular. And using this thought experiment, they have argued that the quantum mechanic is incomplete, and Bell's inequality has supported the EPR paradox. The Bell has considered theories explaining such correlations that we looked in the previous experiment as due to the common properties of both particles of the same pair. So adding a locality assumption, he showed that the correlations are constrained by certain inequalities that are not always obeyed by the predictions of quantum mechanics. So these such theories are called the local theory that led to Bell's inequality. So we look at the Bell's inequality. Bell's inequality shows that the value of S should be in between -2 and 2. However, the quantum mechanics has predicted that the value of S is 2 square root of 2, contradicting the Bell's inequality. So these contradictions have supported the EPR paradox, and it showed that the quantum mechanic is incomplete. Okay. And now we're going to look about Alain aspect's first experiment. Alain aspect first experiment have a difference between the other experiments that were made after Bell's inequality. Many scientists had conducted an experiment to prove the quantum mechanics, but used one-channel polarizer. The one-channel polarizer has a limitation. The limitation is that when the one-channel polarization transmits one polarization, it blocks the orthogonal parts of the polarization. Therefore, the measurement of -1 could not be obtained in this experiment. The only measurement that could be obtained is +1, so this could not be directly to prove the Bell's inequality. However, Alain Aspect had conducted an experiment with two-channel analyzer. In this experiment, the true dichotomic polarization measurements on visible photons have been performed by replacing the one-channel polarizer by two-channel polarizer. So two-channel polarizer was made, and this helps to separate two orthogonal linear polarization. So this is the parallel one, and this is the orthogonal. And in the A direction, this is the orthogonal, and this is the parallel. So both of the orthogonal and parallel polarization is shown in both A and B directions. So four coincidences could be happen in this experiment. This has been improved by the previous experiment by uh, covering the limitations. And through this experiment, they have found a result of the Bell's inequality. And now we're going to look at the result of the experiment. So what is the result of the experiment? The result of the experiment showed that the experiment value of S has 0.015. The average of the five orientations of the parallel or the orthogonal has shown that the S value is 2.697. If the value is 2.697, we have known that the Bell's inequality is wrong. Also, now we're going to look at the quantum mechanics prediction. So what is the quantum mechanics prediction for this experiment? The quantum mechanics prediction was 2.70, and this have the similar value with the experiment value of S. Therefore, the experiment has a closer value to quantum mechanics. Therefore, we could be concluded that the violation of Bell inequality is made. If the violation of Bell inequality is made, then the EPR is not supported, and then we could find that quantum mechanics is a complete method. Therefore, Alain aspect experiment was helped to find the violation of Bell's inequality, and later on, this experiment was the strongest violation of Bell inequality ever achieved, and also agrees with quantum mechanics in nowadays. Thank you.